Hi, I'm Shoestring Jane and welcome to Vlogmas Day 13. Unlucky for some. Me and Archie have had a sort of bitty sort of morning, haven't we, Arch? Yes. Had an itty bitty sort of morning and just got a few things done. And we're having a little rest, and then no doubt somebody will make me go out for, I'm not going to say the word, for BALL time, because he knows what that means. So anyway, I thought we would do today's advent calendar. If I can find the right day. Day 13, unlucky for some. So today's charity is Farms for City Children. Never heard of that. Sounds quite good, doesn't it? Today you've helped a child to enjoy a stay at a farm in the country by providing a warm bed for them to sleep in. There's so many different charities on this calendar. I wonder how they choose them. Maybe they have to put themselves forward to be included each year, and maybe they change them each year, but they're really good, aren't they? Quite impressed by that. Anyway, we've had an itty bitty sort of day. Got my favourite hat on because there was so much humidity on our walk this morning that it's gone. The hair has gone completely frizzy. Plus I'm going to have to go out again later. Plus I'm going to do a bit of painting. So no point in spending time worrying about my hair, is there? Anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the video. Oh, the sneezes. You got the sneezes. It's a foggy old day today. It was very wet earlier, but it's stopped raining now. It's just kind of misty. So I'm finding lots of different places to go today because my normal tracks are too muddy. So I was just thinking about coming out on a day like this and how you just wouldn't come out unless you had to, would you really? You'd stay at home. But that's what's so nice about having a dog, because it makes you go out, makes you do it. It's very much. And then you feel better for the fresh air and for a bit of daylight. I was going to say sunlight, but I don't think sunlight is really appropriate today. It just makes you come out. Come on, little boy. Archie has to wee and sniff at every little turn, don't you? Stop, wee, sniff. That's his idea of a joyous walk. Come on, you. So I'm going to end up heading back up to the cemetery. I'll go to the new one today, I think. A bit of main road, so I won't film on this bit. Come on, baby. So this is the, in quotes, new bit, in that it's still in use, but it's got lots of old graves as well. And across the road you have the very old bit that I went to the other day, which is basically a nature reserve. Where are we going to go today, Arch? Let's go this way. Yes, I was saying about being forced out with the dog, so it's one really good reason to have a dog. Get the exercise, fresh air, vitamin D, what there is. And it makes me feel so much better having to go out. And so I tend to do this twice a day. Second time I just go and chuck a ball, but first time we have a walk, we see people, say hello to them, chat to people with dogs. And I remember when I worked in an office, particularly those last few years when I think I also was having the menopause hitting me as well, so I was a bit miserable. I was just depressed. Look back now and I think, oh gosh, I was really depressed. I never got diagnosed of being depressed, but I realised I was. And a lot of that was the winter. I'd drive to work in the dark. To start work, I'd be in an office all day. If the weather was horrible, I'd stay in the office at lunchtime. There was nowhere to go anyway, it was on a business park. And then I'd come out and it'd be freezing cold and dark, and there'd be traffic queues trying to get off the business park, and it would just be horrible. I remember sitting in the car just crying sometimes, stuck in the traffic for 2 hours trying to do like what should have been no more than clear traffic, it was about a 25-minute journey, but normally in traffic it was about a 45-minute journey. No, Archie, don't wee on there. No, come away, stop weeing on the graves. And it was just awful. I mean, it got better. It's better now, I understand, up there, because a lot of people work from home now, but this was pre-COVID, and everybody would be piling off the business park at 5 o'clock, and it would be so difficult and stressful. You'd only have to have one thing happen and you'd all get stuck. And if it was also dark and miserable, it just used to make me feel just awful, really depressed. And then I did realise it was probably a touch of seasonal affective disorder, it's called, isn't it? Sad. So I used to try to go out at lunchtime, but we only had half an hour for lunch, so it wasn't really worth going anywhere. Or 45 minutes actually it was, but by the time you'd eaten it was a half an hour, and there was nowhere to go anyway. But I'd try to make myself walk, or I'd park a little way away, try and park down the road a bit rather than in the office car park, and walk into work. But that only worked if it was light at that point, and that did help a bit. The sun's out now, mist will soon go. It's going already. Come on, Archie, this way. So if any of you are struggling in the winter with seasonal affective disorder, if you could try and build a walk into your day, it could make all of the difference. And if you get a dog, then you've got to have a walk. Although if you have to go to work and walk your dog first, it might just add another stress, I guess. But if you can do it, go to the rescue centre, get a rescue. Archie's not a rescue because Justin really wanted a puppy because of the cats, and we couldn't find any puppies in the rescue centre, so we ended up buying him. But if I got a second dog, I would definitely get a rescue. All of my other animals that I've ever had have been rescued. I had a dog called Millie, who was a Labrador cross. She was a lovely dog. And so many cats over the years. That's the other thing that cheers you up a lot, just having a pet, especially if you live on your own. Just as my sister said, just having another heartbeat in the house. It's just really nice. I mean, I don't live alone. Justin's with me most of the time, although he spends a lot of time at his mum's because he's her carer. So when he's not there, having Archie and the cats is just lovely. It's just those small things, really. It's so easy to get kind of despondent and depressed when it's just grey and it's dark all the time. Are you coming? No, don't wee on the gravestones. Honestly, it's so disrespectful. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. It seems really wrong somehow. Some of these graves, as I say, are really, really old, and then there's some more recent, just a few. Most people can't afford a flipping gravestone. I realised that when I looked into expenses for my dad when he died. I mean, he had a prepaid funeral plan anyway, so it was not a stress for any of us financially. But I realised that it wouldn't have covered a burial if he'd wanted it. That costs so much money with a headstone, so I can see why people tend to go for cremation. And since Dad died, it made me think I didn't want anybody else to have to be worried about me when I go. So I have also bought a prepaid funeral plan, and they're safe now because they were a bit dodgy at one point because they weren't regulated, but they are now. The FSA, Financial Services Authority in the UK, now has oversight of them and makes sure that your money is safe. So Justin thought I was a bit morbid doing it, and he hasn't done his, but I just wanted it done, you know, wanted it paid for, done. I updated my will. It's not morbid, it's realistic, because none of us are here forever. Love this place. I think it's just lovely. I said in my video the other day, I don't think I'm morbid in enjoying a cemetery. I just find them very peaceful. I don't know if I believe in spirits or not, but there does seem to be a kind of sense of something, not really presence, but I don't know. Archie likes them too, but he will just keep trying to cock his leg up the graves. I also like them for local history. I mean, Justin quite often will look at names that come up again and again and Google them, and there is a history society locally and they've researched a lot of them, and some of the families or the individuals, you can read about them and what they did locally and why they were kind of well known. Plus also you find on the gravestones, so I'm going around in circles because Archie's tying me in a knot, you'll find road names. They've obviously chosen the names in here to do some of the newer estate roads. And we found our own road name in one opposite a couple of times and looked at them, and it was quite odd. And one of them started out obviously doing quite well because he had his gravestone, and well, he had obviously paid for his gravestone and his family were able to, but he did say he ended up in the workhouse when we looked on the historical society, although one of his relatives with the same name seemed to be doing quite well and was a local shipwright. So it's very interesting. I do find it interesting, local history. It's the sort of thing I'd like to get into more if I have a bit more time at some point in the future. Anyway, somebody coming now, so I'll turn this off. Come in and I'm all steamed up. Can't believe I went out and it felt really foggy and quite cold, and now I'm boiling, absolutely boiling. Went out with the scarf on, hat on, got rid of the hat. I would have taken my coat off if it wasn't so big to carry, because it's my duvet coat, which is fantastic when it's freezing cold, and when it's rainy. I can't really see it, but it's just brilliant. I got it from Vinted. It was brand new with tags, but somebody obviously bought it and never worn it or didn't like it for some reason. And I was looking out for one, like a duvet coat. This was last year. I still can't see. So I bought it. So yes, I feel good after my walk though. That's good. I feel refreshed. I'm going to have a cup of tea now. Get Archie's breakfast. So I've just found our old door wreath, very squashed, the bottom of a box and a bit bashed. You can see I added some baubles to it at some point because it was quite plain, but some of them have fallen off. I've just been trying to even it out and make it look presentable. I can't put it right on the front door because we've got a brand new front door and it doesn't have a hook, and I'm not going to put a hook on it. So, oh God, it looks a bit rubbish. I'm going to see if I can maybe take those big baubles off and go and find some more little ones. And then I will use it because I don't want to waste it. We've got the porch, and there's a bit I can hang it off the porch, I reckon. So I'll see if I can make it a little bit more presentable and then I'll use it. Also found this decoration, which I'm trying to bend into shape. Oh, it just seems to have lost all of its ribbons this end. Oh, I'll move it around a bit in a minute. It was our over the mantle decoration when we had a fireplace, and of course we haven't got a fireplace at this house. So again, I want to use it, so I just need to rearrange some of the red bits and see if I can make it look a bit more even. Slightly improved, I think. I've just kind of bent them round a bit to show the red bits over here. And the ribbons and things. Yeah, better use it than waste it, isn't it? So Archie just decided just to throw everything on the floor again. And the house is untidy. We still haven't put those pictures up. I found a bag of baubles. I'm about to try and rescue this. He just jumped off here, chased a cat and squashed it and damaged it. So I've got to try and secure this again. He's such a naughty boy. I've got a dress I got from Vintage yesterday. My mittens that need to go away. I need to try this dress on. I've got wrapping paper waiting to wrap presents. I've got something waiting to be listed, something waiting to be listed. Everything's just a bit messy. There's the bulbs sitting on the table, which still haven't gone into pots. This is just really bad. This is December, so we should have done this by now. So washing up sitting over there. So I'm going to, I've got the medication for the cats and dog all need to have their flea stuff on today. So my plan is to do something with this wreath and then set my time of half an hour and run around the house and do a bit of a tidy up before I start the painting. And I'm so hot after my walk. I had to take Justin's big jumper off that I had on yesterday and put on again today, and put my little one back on because it's a bit thinner. Can't believe how much the temperature's gone up, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, let's get on with it. So I've got a little bit of string, try and put this string around here and then perhaps I can reattach it. Honestly, I'm not sure that it's even worth doing this wreath, but I kind of feel like I've got it, so I'm not going to buy another one. So waste not, want not. Oh, goodness sake. I can't even tie a knot this morning. And I'm really not a crafter. I'm quite practical in many ways, but I'm just not kind of artistically gifted like some people are. Some people could just look at this and go, oh, I'll do this, this and this and do something amazing. I'm not that person. So I just do my best. I suspect many of you are probably the same, but I know there's a lot of kind of real crafty types that will laugh at my pathetic attempts. I wish I could be like somebody like Rosie Henshaw. I don't know if anybody watches Rosie Henshaw. She's local to me, not too far away. And she's such a chirpy girl, and she does do a lot of hauls, which I don't particularly like because it's all just very commercial and materialistic. But she also does a lot of crafty things where she goes and buys things from charity shops and does them up for different seasons. I'm abandoning those big ones. I've got those little ones that I found. They're a bit kind of knackered, really. I don't really know where these came from, little tiny ones. Just got a little bag of them. See if I can attach them in some way. Maybe there. This one's more pink than red, which isn't ideal, but it will do. Like I say, waste not, want not. This one there. Oh, they're not going to stay on, are they? Yes. I'm just going to put one in here. They're a little battered, these baubles, as is this wreath. I think this came from Aldi, I think, a few years ago. Aldi or Lidl. There's another one here, doesn't it? It looks like something's fallen off here. See if I've got something I can put there. Oh, this one's even got a hook. That would be better. Over there somehow. Well, you know, it's not a work of art. It's clearly from Aldi rather than Harrods. But, you know, like I say, waste not, want not. I'm going to go and stick that on the porch. Just going to hide my address. But yeah, it looks okay, doesn't it? Dog's impressed. It's just hanging off the porch. That's better. I can sit and do some work now. It's a little bit tidier. Boy's disappeared upstairs now, so I don't know what he's up to. I've got things to do, piles of paperwork, but at least they're in order and I know I can sit and look through those. Wrapping paper ready because I am going to do some wrapping maybe tonight, hopefully tonight, but I've got that painting to do, so see how I get on. You can't do everything, can you? So anyway, I've got a few jobs jobbed today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then look out for tomorrow's video. I'll see you then. Bye now.